What if the most dangerous man in Europe was locked away on an island no one could escape? What if that man simply walked out? Tonight, we uncover the unbelievable true story of how Napoleon Bonaparte, defeated, exiled, and forgotten, returned to power without firing a single shot. And by the end of this video, you'll understand how one man nearly reclaimed an empire and why Europe was powerless to stop him. In 1814, Europe finally breathed a sigh of relief. After years of relentless war, Napoleon Bonaparte, the man who had dominated the continent, was defeated. He was forced to abdicate his throne and sent into exile on the tiny island of Elba, a prison surrounded by water, a ruler reduced to a spectator, or so they thought. Elba wasn't just any island. It was heavily monitored. British ships patrolled the waters. European powers believed Napoleon was finished, but they underestimated one thing. Napoleon wasn't just a general. He was a master of perception and timing. Even in exile, he acted like an emperor. He restructured Elba's economy, built roads, and commanded a small personal guard. To the world, he seemed content, but beneath the surface, something was brewing. By early 1815, cracks began to appear across Europe. The restored French monarchy under King Louis XVIII was unstable. The people were dissatisfied. The army was restless, and Napoleon was watching. Rumors began to spread. Napoleon was planning something. But how could he escape? The island was guarded. The seas were watched. And yet, on February 26, 1815, he vanished. With just around 1,000 men, Napoleon slipped past British surveillance and sailed toward France. No grand fleet, no massive army, just a gamble. Days later, he landed near Gulf Juan. What happened next defied all logic. France sent troops to arrest him. An entire army marched to stop a single man. Napoleon walked forward, alone. No weapon, no protection. He faced the soldiers and spoke words that would change history. "If any of you will shoot your emperor, here I am." Soldiers lowering weapons. Silence. Then something unimaginable happened. The soldiers didn't fire. They joined him. One by one, regiment after regiment, Napoleon's enemies became his army. This wasn't a military campaign. It was a psychological conquest. How did he control entire armies without fighting? Within weeks, Napoleon marched into Paris. No resistance, no battle, just momentum. King Louis XVIII fled the country, and just like that, Napoleon reclaimed the throne. This period became known as the 100 Days, crowds cheering, banners rising, empire reborn. But here's the truth history often hides. Napoleon's return wasn't just luck, it was strategy. He understood something most leaders don't. Power isn't just about armies, it's about belief. The people believed in him, the soldiers trusted him, and Europe feared him. But this comeback came at a cost, because while France welcomed him back, the rest of Europe prepared for war. Coalition armies mobilizing, maps, marching troops. This time, they wouldn't underestimate him. Just months later, Napoleon faced his final battle at Battle of Waterloo, and this time there would be no miraculous return. Napoleon's escape from Elba wasn't just an escape, it was one of the boldest psychological victories in history. A moment where a fallen emperor walked into his own country and simply took it back. No invasion, no siege, just influence. But it also proved something far more dangerous, that sometimes the most powerful weapon in history is not the sword, it's the man who knows when not to use it.